Hi everyone, I've been absent for a little while. I had a bit of a holiday and then I had a bit of a time off work, so I just thought that I would play with a limited palette today and do a face. This is one that I had a little experiment on last night, and I just quite like the simplicity of it, even though there's quite a lot of layers. And yeah, let's have a little play. I'll just do a time lapse of how I've done it. So I've started with a rough sketch, just using my little mechanical pencil, of the face, and I've got some stiff brushes. These, I can't remember whose brushes these are. Dina Wakley brushes. These are a set of 3, and I really like them because you can scrub with them. They're sort of soft, but they're still firm. They hold their shape really well. I've been really working these and they're not splaying out too much. I've been using them probably for about 12 months now, and I really like that set. So I've got a filbert brush which I like to use. I'll switch in between the sizes depending on what I need. There's a big one, a scrubby brush. So they don't have to be really expensive brushes. This is just a Montmartre one. And I'm using the Atelier Free Flow paints. So I have burnt umber and titanium white. And I'm just going to do a tonal background in these. So let's get started. So all I'm going to do is block in the face with some straight burnt umber. In this particular face I'm working from dark to light, similar to a Grisaille method, but technically not exactly Grisaille. So I'm just blocking in. I'm leaving out the eyes and the nose and the mouth so I get a bit of shape. Once that layer of paint dries, I will be able to see the mouth and the nose once I paint them in. So I paint them in last. Now I'm just painting in around the top of the head. I'm not really doing hair, so I'm just, I have the scrubby brush filbert, and I'm just doing a slip slop dry brush mix of burnt umber and white, just to suggest a bit of hair. Now I'm making a mix of mainly burnt umber with a little bit of titanium white, and I'm starting to lighten up areas on the face. So I'm lightening areas that obviously are not the darkest. I'm going to work from dark to light, as I said, and so this will cover most of the face except for the dark areas. As I lighten up, I add more and more white to the brown mix, and I always overlap, so I don't have a halo of dark and then a halo of lighter and a halo of lighter and lighter still. I always overlap the areas, and I go back and forth as I want. I'm changing brushes now. I've changed to a smaller round brush so that I can get a little bit more detail. Now I'm starting to highlight the lightest areas of the face. I'm also putting these colours in the hair and the background so that it looks a bit more cohesive. I wanted to add something different in the background, so I picked up a palette knife and just swiped the white through the brown, just for a bit of interest. Now I've gone back to highlighting. That last layer is dry, so I'm adding quite bright white highlights here. As I go back into the other colour to blend, I might pick up the browner colour. It actually acts as a glaze over the white areas, so it's not so ash looking. And I keep going back and forth. I call it the push-pull method because you're pushing the shadows back, you're pulling the highlights forward, and the face starts to evolve and become more three-dimensional and with a bit more character. Again, I go into the background now and again to make sure that I've got the colours that I'm using throughout the painting. Now I'm painting in the eyes. It's quite a bit of work to do on the eyes and the mouth. Top lip's always darker, as you know, so I just block those in and do a little bit of variation in colour. I'm going back for more highlighting. And her face is starting to take shape. Still a few more layers. I like glazing with the brown over the dry white. Gives it a nice glow. Please go to part 2. Thank you.